It's 2 season he's traversing.
When was the last time you heard something about Twitch that wasn't overwhelmingly negative?
Yeah,
I
so
can't even
negative, I
remember. It's
guess.
been so long. Trying to remember a time where the Twitch higher ups seemed in touch with the community is like trying to remember a dream. Like, it's
Dream,
just
okay.
extremely hard. How long it's been since Twitch was doing things that people generally liked. For years now, it's just been rolling
It's
out
falling
features
apart.
that nobody in the world has ever asked for and that contribute nothing to the platform. Anyone remember just a couple months back when they had their version of Super Chats where they would take a paid message and then put it underneath the stream where nobody in the world could see it. So you were actually just throwing money into the void, just flushing it down your toilet, basically. God rest the soul of
No one can
elevated
get it.
chat. I'm sure all three people who ever used that feature are still distraught and mourning the loss of such an incredible monetization tool. Like, it is so misguided. Another feature that they've rolled out that I'm sure none of you even knew existed is something called reacts, where you as a viewer
React.
while watching a stream can react to it, and all it does is you can send an emote at that very second you click react to let the streamer know what you thought of that moment, that second. So that way
Okay.
when the streamer goes to their dashboard, they can click on the reacts and see like, oh, at minute 55 of my stream, I had 3 pogs.
No
That must have
one's
been a really
testing.
good moment. Like, it's fucking worthless features. It is
Yeah.
nothing but horrible decisions from this company. They're making more bad choices than a college student who just took his first shot of Fireball. But unlike the
Taking
college student,
listening
Twitch isn't
audio
drunk. They're
sequence.
just stupid. I'm getting heated. Of course, not everyone at Twitch is this silly. Like, not everyone's going wacko mode with these ideas. There are real people at Twitch that understand the platform, but they don't have the same power that the higher ups do that are rolling out these awful decisions. Why am I talking about this? Well, it's because they've just revealed 2 new awful decisions over the last
Hmm?
24 hours. Now, one of them,
On the
admittedly, is not
rooms.
their fault. This comes with the layoffs. I will show you some clips from last night's stream where I really dive in deep on those. But the other one that not a lot of people have realized yet is they also made a statement on their sub revenue split. You might remember, I also mentioned it recently in another video. Last year, towards the end of the year, Twitch announced that it would be getting rid of the 70/30 sub revenue deal that they had with streamers. So now it would be 50/50 across the board. 70/30 would no longer
50-50.
exist, which means Twitch now offers the lowest amount of revenue to streamers in the entire industry. They're
That's
now at the bottom of the food chain when it comes to sub splits across
even
the board
becoming
of
YouTube
every
wasn't.
streaming platform. And by a
Can YouTube
wide
is
margin.
45,
YouTube
55 or
is
something.
70/30. I mean, even Kick is like 90/10, I think, or even
In 70-30.
95/5. I don't remember. But they offer the
I don't
lowest
wanna know
split of
anymore.
subs, and it's not even close. And they really don't have any tools in place to try and make up for that, so instead they double down on ads, which is worse for everyone. Streamers don't like running ads. Viewers don't like watching ads. Thus,
Yeah.
you're immediately killing the 2 people that make streaming work, streamers and viewers. You are rolling out things that neither side
I
want.
think
Their
every 30
Galaxy
minutes
Brain
they're
solution to the
rolling out
taking
ads.
20% away from the streamers is to force them to run more ads if they want to make up for that lost revenue. And streamers don't want to do that because that drives away their viewers. That's bad. I mean, sometimes the viewers will come back, but when you run an ad on Twitch, you lose viewers. It's just how it works because no one wants to sit through fucking 10 unskippable ads, so they'll go somewhere else. Maybe they come back, maybe they don't. And this is extremely detrimental because of pre-roll ads that play when you click on a stream for the first time. This is the nail in the coffin for a lot of smaller streamers where
Yeah.
even if they're doing really cool content, a lot of people never find it because when they click on that stream and they get fucking 2 back-to-back 30-second ads, they just instantly leave and they'll never
Yeah.
go back. So clearly it was a very controversial decision, one that a lot of people took issue with, and now Twitch is saying that we heard everything everyone was saying. It was a very loud conversation, and we laughed at all of you, and we're spitting in your face. We made the right decision, nerds. It's going to be 50/50 forever. So they're patting each other on the back, slapping their ass, saying, good game out there,
Yeah.
team. They are taking their victory lap, letting us all know that 50/50 is here to stay forever, and then try and elaborate on why it's a good thing and how they're going to change their monetization model in order to make Twitch the #1 place to stream when it comes to revenue for streamers. And in the interview, they said, we talk a lot about how we're in this together, and part of that is innovation. We are committed to continuing to improve our monetization products and building new monetization products, and at the end of the day, we're committed to increasing the amount of money a streamer earns. Wow, such noble intentions with absolutely no way of delivering. One of the things Twitch really going buck wild with is their ad incentive program. And here's what they had to say about that. Surprisingly, they did recognize that the intrusiveness of ads on Twitch is a big issue, one that they're trying to work on. So they said the acceptance and engagement on the ad incentive program far exceeded our expectations, so streamers are clearly seeing the value in running ads now. I like how they're saying that like a mark of pride. Streamers aren't happy about that, by the way. It's just that's their only option. In fact, if you go on Twitter and spend even just a couple of seconds typing in the Twitch ad incentive program, you'll see a lot of people outraged at it because a lot of the asks are huge for the ad incentive program, up to like fucking 7 minutes worth of ads. I've seen them. Like, for example, Caleb Just Trolls streams often. He's shown me his ad incentive program. Rex Gunderson, he's shown me his. Like, the asks are not small, and the pay they're offering isn't huge for smaller streamers. Even in the rare instance where a couple of larger streamers posted their ad incentives where it was a lot of money for like fucking 6 or 7 minutes of ads per hour, they still, most of them chose not to do it because of how intrusive all of the ads were to the viewers. It just makes the experience of watching their stream awful. Having to be inundated with fucking 7 minutes of ads per hour is a lot when it comes to streaming. So a lot of them still just didn't choose to do it. The only reason there is any level of acceptance with the ad incentive program is because you have forced people to swallow this shit. Since there's now no longer a 70-30 deal or anything like that, the amount of sub revenue you can generate is significantly less. In fact, you'd probably make more money buying and reselling eggs right now than you would trying to rely on sub money on Twitch. Now going forward, Minton acknowledged the state of ads on the platform isn't perfect yet, and the company has taken steps to reduce their intrusiveness through static, in-player ads and disabling pre-roll ads if creators display at least 3 minutes of ads per hour. We're really thinking about ad placement generally and ensuring that, as a viewer, when you're looking for a new community, that we're reducing the impact of ads. So they do recognize how it's very bad for small streamers when pre-rolls are playing. And right now their solution is, we'll just play more ads during your stream and we'll get rid of pre-rolls. Like, it's literally Ouroboros, just constantly fucking feeding on ads and eating its own tail. Everything is all about ads, and it's still intrusive. Like, it is still there. Like, pre-rolls will exist unless you are running ads throughout your stream. So I still also don't understand why skippable ads aren't on the platform when those are pretty commonplace. Like, I feel like skippable ads would at least help alleviate some of the headache there and make the ad breaks a little more palatable. But still, another thing that they mention is like all of their innovative tools they're working on to help creators monetize their content. They don't really shine a bright light on what all of those new innovations are looking like, though I do imagine one of them they're talking about, because they do briefly mention like sponsorship opportunities through streaming on Twitch, and I think what they're talking about there is like something similar to the bounty board. Bounty board is something that's existed on Twitch for quite a few years now. Basically, companies will pay Twitch to have streamers of X amount of viewers stream their product for however many hours, and Twitch will give a portion of that money that the brand is paid to the streamer. I mean, in theory, like, the concept is actually pretty solid, right? If Twitch is going to facilitate brand deals like that and just put it right on your dashboard, that's a pretty decent idea. But most people have woken up to the fact that the deal is shit. Twitch is taking the lion's share of that brand deal, and the streamer is getting very little comparatively to what they would get if they just chased down the same deal themselves or with like an agency or something. Like, if you're going to do a stream deal through Twitch, you're better off just clicking on the bounty board to see who's looking for streamers and then reach out to the company yourself, or have your manager or whatever agency you're with reach out to them for you and let them know you're interested, because you'll get a much better rate that way. Because Twitch has taken almost all of it. Like, I don't know many people that still use the bounty board, because most people have realized this now. It is paying significantly less than had you just gotten the deal through any other means. So it's a decent idea in theory if Twitch wasn't taking so much of the brand deal. So I've been ranting about this for a while, but you can see there's a lot of problems that plague Twitch when it comes to streaming on there and trying to make a living off of it, which is why so many streamers are choosing to stream elsewhere. YouTube or Kick really are the two main competitors at the moment that people are switching to or starting with. And it's because you have a much better chance of making a living on those two platforms at the moment. Discoverability on Twitch used to be one of its strongest benefits, but currently Twitch doesn't really have an edge in that category anymore either, mainly because of what I mentioned earlier, pre-rolls. If you're towards the bottom and someone's willing to take a chance on your content, they click on it and they get a pre-roll, they left. They're most likely not going to stick around for that.
Mm.
Whereas if you started on YouTube or Kick, you just fire up your stream and your content's immediately accessible to anyone who might find it. So yeah, like you just stand a better chance of getting found elsewhere outside of Twitch at the moment. I would argue at least. So there's a lot of problems plaguing Twitch right now. They've made it very clear that they're not exactly turning the profit they'd like to be turning, and the decisions they're making to try and be more profitable are only hurting their platform even further. So let's talk about the layoffs now. Twitch laid off 400 employees yesterday, and what's crazy is the employees don't even know who got laid off yet. So the employees are still fucking trembling in fear, wondering if they even have a job anymore. But this isn't a Twitch exclusive problem. I'm sure all of you know, all of the big tech businesses, the tech industry as a whole, experienced a lot of bloat over the last few years because of COVID. They hired a lot of people. Now they're firing a lot of those people because they don't need that many employees and they're not utilizing that many employees. Thus, they're making a lot of cuts. Amazon laid off like 9,000 people yesterday. So, of course, the 400 laid off at Twitch were a part of that. Yeah, we can talk about the Twitch stuff now. I see a lot of people coming after Twitch for the layoff. They laid off 400 staff members. I think it's very interesting that Dan Clancy, the new CEO of Twitch, is the one to make this announcement as opposed to like a parting gift from Emmett Shear, the previous CEO. That was kind of surprising because this is not really how you want to start your reign as the Twitch CEO with 400 jobs taken away. But it's also not their fault. Amazon laid off 9K. So people need to realize that since Twitch is part of Amazon, this is part of the overall Amazon layoffs. I don't think Twitch itself was the one that kind of spearheaded it. Though I will say Twitch is a bloated company. I feel like losing 500 staff members isn't necessarily going to change too much about it. But I could be wrong. Maybe these are like really crucial members. But what's kind of fucked up about it is apparently the Twitch staff don't even know who's been fired. It sounds like huge corporate shit. Yeah, that is kind of wild that the employees themselves don't know if they've been laid off or not yet. I feel like they probably should have told them that they're fired before making the announcement. 400 employees fired out of 1,200 is fucking rough. Is that how many Twitch has? Is it 1,200? I don't know why, but I thought it was more. But yeah, I mean, it's not a small number by any means. But I do think Twitch was very bloated. I don't think you needed that many employees to begin with. They're clearly not utilizing them to their full potential. Like, I can count on one hand the amount of features they've rolled out over the last couple years, right? Like, they're clearly not being put to great use over there. But this wasn't like this wasn't explicitly a Twitch decision. This is just the entire tech industry. I don't remember where the source was now, but there's a whole article written up about the collapse of the tech industry jobs right now. I believe they cited that because of COVID, all of these companies panic hired a ton of people because they thought they'd need significantly more employees to like run remote and all of that. So all of these companies really exploded with the amount of people on their payroll over COVID. And now that that's not going on anymore, they just have all of these, like this wild list of employees that they don't use and they don't need anymore. So now they're letting them all go all at once. So it's just this huge exodus.
So, and it was an interesting video. This is making some horrible decisions. Seems like video type analysis video.